Hello everyone, Cepheus here giving you another game of Starbow, and with me today I have none other than the JaKaTaK. How you doing, man?
Hey man, I'm doing so good. It's ridiculously good. I want to start off with a really, really important Starbow question. What does BFFFFF stand for?
That is a very good question. It stands for Bestest Friends.
That's
And
what I thought. That's so funny because that's originally I was making a joke because a friend of mine, Deathblood, was playing a lot of Starbow tournaments, and I was like, hey, he had to play against Franscar, and he was on BFFFFFFF, and I was like, well, what is that? Best friends forever, 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 forever. And apparently, I wasn't wrong. I was not expecting that answer.
that's actually true. The only reason they have like five Fs, and I think it's five officially, is because with four Fs was already taken.
Well, yeah, six is the limit. So I mean, that's as best friends as you get in StarCraft. You
That's
can't
true.
get any more bester than that,
They are.
unless it was all Bs, like bestest, 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 like friends forever.
I'm actually very glad you brought this up because next week, Bestest Friends will be playing Clan War versus Team Axiom,
Whoa, sick! That's really cool.
and it will be
So
casted by Husky, so that's pretty cool.
what?
Yep.
Oh, that's really cool.
But
I'm gonna be checking that out for sure.
unfortunately, it's only going to be casted from replays and not live. So that's
Eh,
the only unfortunate. We couldn't get all the Bestest Friends players and the whole of Team Axiom and Husky to find one day and all sit together. So we're gonna spread it out, and then I'm gonna send him all the replays, and then he's gonna cast them and upload them to his channel.
well, I mean, in which case we have to thank Blizzard for implementing the watch replays together, as this is making this cast possible and easy, and as will make the future cast possible and easy as well.
It will make us all bestest friends.
Yes, indeed. So tell me about Starbow. I'm kind of new. I'm really interested in it. I've played a couple of games. It's a lot of fun. Um, what is this opening we're seeing from Artosis right now?
Artosis, who's playing in the orange pieces, he is going for a very fast command center, and it's not super duper fast, but it's pretty fast. He did go for a barracks first, and it's fairly safe to do that versus Zerg these days. I don't know how. See, I to compare with StarCraft 2, I'm gonna have to go back to you again because I've seen and played so much Starbow lately, and I've been so out of StarCraft 2, so I have really no idea if you can just go one barracks into CC in StarCraft 2. But I guess you kind of can.
Yeah, I mean the popular thing to do is the whole creep denial with the Reapers and the Hellions, at least right now. Um, I mean, there was a time where one racks expand without any gas was the thing, but I think it's at least not popular, if not not really viable at this point in time.
Okay.
But yeah, so number one thing, I just want to thank you personally for bringing the Lurker back. Um, the Lurker was my favorite unit, and I played Terran, I played Protoss, back and forth for a while in StarCraft 2, and oh man, I was just like, if they ever bring the Lurker back, I'm switching to Zerg. So that's why whenever I play Starbow, I always play Zerg
Oh,
because
you're
I
gonna
love the
love this
Lurker.
game, man. This is Zerg versus Terran. This is the matchup where the Lurker is so important to kill all those
Absolutely.
Marines. And Artosis, he loves his bio play versus Zerg in Starbow, so it's definitely going to be some Lurkers here. And you also posed the question, what is Starbow? Starbow is a kind of a hybrid in a way between Brood War and StarCraft 2. I guess it's
Right.
more proper to say that it's a expansion to Brood War because it's really based on Brood War fundamentals. It has the same economy system that Brood War had, which is kind of hard to explain if you don't know about the Brood War economy system. But it
Mm.
basically encourages you to expand a lot more than StarCraft 2 does. And it basically makes your workers much less effective if you get too many of them, if you don't have a lot of
Yeah.
bases.
Yeah, the way I've heard it explained is sort of you can keep getting more workers and they'll just continually get less effective. And as compared to StarCraft 2, where it's like, okay, once you're at 24 workers, the other worker, that 25th worker, does nothing. At least in this point, it's
Yeah.
doing something. But we got a little move out here. We got one fire bat and some Marines moving out. The spine crawler's on the way. It has been scouted by the fantastic Overlord placement. What are you
Indeed.
seeing here for the prediction of this? What is he going to do to hold it off?
Franscar only has one Spinecrawler, and he is making some Zerglings now. He only has two, so Artosis could try and commit a little bit here, but I think it's just mostly going to scare out some units from Franscar. You don't want Zerg to just make drones all the time. It's pretty much the same as in StarCraft 2. You want to put on some pressure to force out other units than drones so that they spend their larva differently. And that's exactly what we're seeing as he's turning his way back
Yeah, one of the things that I did notice while I was playing the game is that the queens don't attack. They have this ability that allows them to attack, but it makes them a lot stronger. They do actually, a significant amount of damage.
They deal 18 damage actually per attack when they are in enraged mode. And enrage is
Enraged.
actually it's 35 energy, which doesn't sound that much, but all their other abilities are actually only 15, or most of them are only 15 energy. So compared to those abilities, it's quite expensive. So it forces, if you can force out an enrage, it will reduce the number of injects you can do. So it's kind of good in that sense too, if that makes any sense.
Now, yeah, absolutely.
Man,
Now,
my
Artosis
sentences
is-
today are so good.
Artosis is building 2 turrets over here. Is it? Oh, and he already built some over here. It's like, is it that common? Is it always like the Mutalisk as it
No,
was
it's
in
not
Brood
always.
War?
It's not always Mutalisks, but this is the interesting part. If you're not prepared for Mutalisks, even if it isn't Mutalisks, kind of like you're just dead. Like you, lurkers, you can like more prepare on the spot for.
Oh my God! Did you see that? Did you see that?
The
He
scans.
misses.
The
He
scans.
misses it. He misses the spire. He throws 3 scans down, misses the spire, doesn't see any of the Mutalisks hatching. Holy crap! He's still building the missile turrets.
I'm calling
Um,
map hacks for
edge
Artosis here.
case. No, I think I was wrong, and he might have caught one of the edges of the Mutalisk hatching, but
Yeah, I think he
He
saw
knows
some of
that
the
it's coming.
Mutalisks, but he did not see that spire, which is actually quite hilarious. That's like he just pointed out here. And he's gonna chase them away with Stin Marines. They do chase out Mutalisks quite well. Mutalisks are a little bit easier to control, or a little more agile to control.
Yeah, I
and they
noticed that.
stack up a little bit more as well. So getting lots and lots of Mutalisks are actually really strong if it wasn't for one spell called Irradiate, which basically just kills clumps of infinite Mutalisks. So that's
Yeah.
why I don't want to get too many of them in the late game.
I've heard tales of Artosis's safeness of wanting to be safe and playing really safe, and that's a crap ton of turrets, man.
Yes.
He's totally doing. He's like, he's locking down. He doesn't want to deal with the Mutalisks, and there's no real way in here. He's got everything locked down, and the building placement is just awesome. I'm absolutely loving it.
Yeah, it's really interesting, those 4 missile turrets in the middle there. He's picking off a couple of SCVs though, Franscar is, but these missile turrets are actually 75 minerals, I believe, and they have the same stats as the Brood War ones, so they are a little bit cheaper and a little bit weaker, so that's why it's making so many of them, I think, compared to StarCraft 2. Ooh, almost gets the Firebat.
Now, as far as the economy goes, is it similar to StarCraft 2, where the Zerg is still kind of staying ahead on bases most of the time, and that's sort of equal? So the game right now is not really in Artosis's favor or Franscar's favor.
Yeah,
They're sort of
that is
trade blows.
definitely true. Zerg wants to stay 1 or maybe even 2 bases ahead of their opponent, no matter who they are, and especially versus Terran. So, and Terran can actually sit on 2 bases for an incredible long time if they want to, because each worker do bring 8 minerals per trip. So having a 2-base economy in Star Wars is not that bad. It's just
Oh, he's coming in with the lurkers. Oh my God, what a dodge! Oh my God, that was phenomenal. The both lurkers targeted on that Firebat, and they both missed, and all of those Marines are gonna stay alive. That was phenomenal.
it was a
Now,
great use for that. Sorry, I just have to interrupt you there, but it was great use of the Matrix shield from the medics there too. That gave some extra HP to that Firebat, so they could take all the lurker hits as well. But
That's
lurkers on top of a ramp, man. Can you attack this? Your experience from Brood War.
No, you
He's
cannot.
gonna try anyway.
He's
What's
gonna
he
do it anyway
doing?
with
He's
that
gonna-
new ability. He's
that's
doing the scan.
such a
He's
bad
getting in
move.
position.
With
But
almost
all
killing
the lurkers aren't being
Firebats.
targeted. Franscar could be targeting the Marines. They could have been killed a lot faster. The hold is still going to happen. I don't think it's a good engagement for Artosis overall, but the control, we're like both targeting on that Firebat. Now, do you think that was a good move? Is the Firebat really, really dangerous to those lurkers and it needs to be taken out right away kind of a situation?
Not at all. It was a really bad move. He should have targeted the Marines right there. The Firebat that's the sole purpose of the Firebat right now, is to tank, and it does tank very well. It also deals the splash damage versus the Zerglings, of course, but the Lurkers wants to avoid killing the Firebat and try to kill as many Marines as possible. So it was really smart of Artosis to send in the Firebat there with the shield first, but unfortunately just a ramp with 3 Lurkers on top is pretty much just unbreakable with any amount of bio.
Yeah, really, really strong space control. We have a Radiate probably coming in right now. Oh, is he going to lose the Science Vessel? Pulls it back just in time. And Franscar's locking down the situation pretty hard. The Radiate comes down on one Lurker, not going to be too big of a deal.
No, I really would
He's
have
doing
liked
what
to
he
see
can.
that on the Mutalisks instead, actually. That would have given Artosis a lot more breathing room, knowing that the Mutalisk threat has been completely removed, but it almost has, though. It's only 6 left of them, and he's very well defended at the moment.
For those of you who are not Brood War players, the Irradiate does damage over time, but it also has an area of effect. And because the Mutalisks in this game will clump up and get right on top of each other a lot tighter than in StarCraft 2, it's really, really dangerous. And there's nice little dance between the Mutalisk and the Irradiate. He's going to move out here.
He's going to try and break the Lurker Contain.
He's spreading out. He's in a pretty good shot right here. He's using all of those shields from the medics. And he's pushing right through this. He's got enough.
He's gonna make it. He's gonna break that contain. That's very impressive from Artosis. A nice spread before he got out there. Some really nice usage of that matrix. Actually, I think Artosis, although he's fairly new to Starboy, is one of those players who uses that medic shield to great effectiveness. I've seen a lot of other players don't really use that too much at all.
Yeah, he had a really nice spread, so the line damage of the Lurkers wasn't working out too well. But he's running out of minerals in his main base. He's gonna have to take a third or deal some damage. I mean, he's only got so many options. They're running out.
That's true. He may be ahead in army supply, but the clock is ticking for Artosis, but Franscar has a lot of more bases, and I think Franscar will eventually stop this push before he can go too close. Not the best positions for those Lurkers.
Really nice engagement from Artosis there, pushes back Franscar. This is a bit of a choke. The Lurkers are probably going to do pretty well, but they're not exactly lining up in a line. This is going to make it so that he can take out one of these Lurkers at a time. Moving around, he's going to check the bases.
He's gonna check.
I assume he's going to see.
Right.
He thinks there's a base in the bottom right.
Ooh, but
Oh no! But his Lurkers. Oh man! Everything's getting split apart. Really nice engagement. Really nice opportunity from Franscar. He saw it with the Overlords, and he knew.
I think Artosis really should have scanned this area before just going for it, though, and just make sure there actually was an army there. But this is kind of interesting, though. I mean, a base, of course. That he's kind of bringing Franscar's army to the bottom right, and in the meantime, he's taking top left as far away as possible. So I kind of like that move a little bit from Artosis, but he's gonna have to like sacrifice pretty much every unit to do so. So it might be too easy for Franscar to do a counterattack towards the possible expansion of Artosis.
Yeah, now does Zerg, this was a bit weird for me, does Zerg usually take that other main on Python as their third base?
It depends, but I've seen a lot of it. I saw it more in Brood War than I do in Starbow. It feels like defending with your army is more common in Starbow than static defense, and actually it's not that odd because... Oh, hold on. Hang on a second. No, the Zerglings is running past the units.
Yeah, they just ran on a move command. That is really rough. He has that intuition, and this is really the interesting thing. Most of these players aren't, they just know where the other base is. Artosis just knew that the third base was here, and in a similar way, Franscar knows that Artosis is in the top left. Sends the Zerglings over there, but doesn't make it all the way. Too bad on a move command, losing a lot of army value there. And Nidus?
Yes.
Oh, this is going to be pretty cool.
Yes.
Really nice.
The greater Nidus network that we have in Starbow, you can make as many exits as you want, and you probably can with StarCraft 2 as well, but you can only make them on creep. So they're mostly used for
Oh, you have Franscar coming in right in the middle of the worker train. Is he going to get a lot of damage off? Oh no, he completely missed it. All those workers could have been dead if there was a target. But still, he's coming in. He's dealing a lot of damage. Artosis is not going back. He's going into the main base. He's sending only his science vessels back. In the meantime, Franscar is coming into this base and ripping it apart.
Oh, but he cannot attack the expansion of Franscar because the Dark Swarm is up under the Lurkers. There's just nothing Marines can do about that. Dark Swarm protecting all the units under Dark Swarm, whether they are friendly or enemy units, cannot take any damage from ranged attacks. So Marines can't do anything to Lurkers under Dark Swarm. They're just going to stand there and die. But Firebands can, although they're choosing not to because they don't have any detection.
What an amazing defense from Franscar. He knew exactly what he had to do. Came in with that 1-2 punch. Artosis thought he could do some damage over on the right side, but it didn't work out. And now he's just kind of hanging out on the creep.
But I like this move from Franscar. He's going to come in with some Zerglings to the top left base, and there's nothing here for Artosis to defend with. He's just going to lose a lot of SCVs.
Artosis is going to have to respond. He's looking around, cleaning up some of the creep. There's nothing going over to his base. He's losing all of these workers, and that's the main base that he's mining from. You notice that the main has almost no minerals left, and Artosis is... He's going to go for that same base again, but will we see that same defense? He's going to go to that right base.
I'm pretty sure he has a Defiler there. He can throw up some more Darkstorm. One thing to note though is that Darkstorm doesn't last very long in Starbow compared to Brood War. In Brood War, I think they last for a whole of 60 seconds. It was crazy long. Well, in Starbow, it's only 20
The
or
science
30
vessels.
seconds.
Radiates are on.
Oh, he's not gonna lose.
Only
No,
one scourge is not going to be enough.
definitely not.
You know
But
what's
he
funny?
has-
I said it was going to be not going to be enough, but I didn't know that. I was just thinking, oh yeah, 2 scourge, kill a science vessel, Brood
That
War.
is true.
Not always the case, but it is. It is still true.
Scourges have
Oh,
the exact
man.
same value, but Scourges have a new tiny ability. Oh, he uses Transfuse from the Queens to keep the Lurkers alive from the Irradiate. I don't know if it's gonna work though. If the Irradiate just... Oh, I think he re-irradiates them. That's a cool word.
Re-radiates.
Does lose a couple of Science Vessels in the
Oh,
process
yeah.
though.
All those lurkers are
But
gone.
here
He's
we
going to make
go.
the movement here. It's a
And he
huge
has
force.
so many Firebats, and Firebats do full damage under the Swarm, so they don't care about that Swarm. But he's gonna...
This is army. Where's Franscar's army? Where's all his stuff? He's got some scourges back at his base, but, I mean, what does he have to deal with this?
Man, I think Artosis might try and come back here because he has been playing from behind here. He has very little economy compared to Franscar, but right now he does have the army and he has a really good position. Ooh, a lot of lurkers coming out with a Defiler. He needs to burrow, he needs to get a Dark Swarm out, and he does, and he may be able to hold this wrap.
Those lurkers and a dark swarm is a really good combination. He's got the irradiates up there, though. I mean, can he not just push to the main base now if he wanted to?
He has to wait a little bit for that Darkstorm to go away, but he pretty much could. But he's just gonna wait. Like I said, the Darkstorm isn't that long-lasting in Starbow,
Right.
and he did lose the Nidus network, unfortunately, so he cannot reinforce him with any more units. But in the meantime, Franscar has taken the bottom right base, so he could try and
Oh,
relocate
another
over there.
counterattack at the same time. Artosis is going to be moving up here. He's using all of the shields from the medics. And that is the smallest Ultralisk I've ever seen in my life.
Didn't you play Brood War? They were tiny there as well.
I forgot. I actually loaded up Brood War. And it was crazy to see, like, the size of the buildings, like the size of the gas geysers.
they're
I was like,
so
oh my god, I forgot how big they were.
Well, the main buildings are tiny, and like supply depots are huge. It's so weird. Oh, but
Oh, it looks like he's got 2 attack positions here. Artosis just has this huge army. His economy is not doing so well, but he's got these huge armies. Let's see if he can break through. Lots of Ultralisks here. They're taking damage pretty fast, but they're chewing through this bio. Oh my god.
yeah, Ultralisks are pretty tough units, and their upgrades are quite good as well. I don't know if he does not have the speed upgrade on the Ultralisk yet, and he doesn't have the armor upgrade either, I think. I might be wrong about that one. No, I'm not. He just has normal upgrades. So these are actually quite weak Ultralisks, and they're still doing a good job.
Yeah, he's totally totally defended. Great job by Franscar there, using the positioning, using those Ultralisks, but he's going to lose this base in the top right.
He is, and he's losing another Nidus network. He is just not holding anywhere. Well, okay, I'll take that back. He's holding his natural. He's gonna try and remake that Nidus for him once again. He really wants to defend this base. But there's just so many units in there. But still,
Yeah,
Artosis hasn't cleaned out that one lurker, and he has one mineral patch left.
Oh man, he is starved out. And this is just a classic example. One player has got the economy, the other player has got the army, and this is, I mean, fairly, unless I'm reading this wrong, it's going to be straightforward. Artosis is going to have to deal damage or take that expansion because Franscar's got the long game here.
Yes, definitely, or hopefully both if he wants to stay into this game. He really has to do something. He's finally scanning, he's seeing that lurker. I don't know why he scans, he has science vessels, but whatever. And that's so typical of Zerg players, though. They always... Oh, he could have landed that all along?
Wait, what? Did he just land
Yeah,
on top of...
I'm kind of curious about
Oh,
that.
because the lurker would be attacking the... He didn't want to lose the orbital command because the lurker would be attacking. It's not worth sending workers because the
Well,
lurkers would kill the workers?
I don't think he can land on burrow. He's not supposed to be able to land on burrowed units. I'm kind of confused. Anyway, I'll send it to December's com. You know how it is.
More work for December.
Yes. I actually didn't know you were involved in the race project, so that's kind of cool. Anyway,
Yeah.
we got a very important attack from Franscar. If he can actually take this third base, he's pretty much won the game, because this is the only economy from Artosis, but he has a nice spread on these Marines. I don't think he can cover everything with Dark Swarm here, and they should be able to deal with this Ultralisks.
Yep, and that Defiler is going to be going down. The Ultralisk also going to be going down, both of them. He's going to defend his base, and that is a critical moment. In the meantime, Artosis' army in the area that's cleaned up the top right expansion is going to make 1,000,000 scans happen and make sure everything is going...
Well, see, the only thing you can use energy for in orbitals there is either you can scan, or you can do something called overcharge, which makes your buildings build faster, or you can call on an SCV. And he doesn't have economy so that there's any point to have buildings build faster, and he doesn't need to call on SCVs, he just needs mineral patches. So spending it all on scan, I guess, is fine at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, but a lot of his workers have been killed. He's only down to 13 workers.
There's a drop in the main base.
Oh
of
my god, I
Artosis.
didn't even see that.
Yeah, I just saw it, and he actually has some units there that he can pull back with, surprisingly, because he did get that economy going. He's irradiating overlords. I think that's a little bit of an overkill, but yeah, that's not doing too much damage.
Yeah, Artosis is being pulled in a couple of directions here. He manages to clean up. Every time I look, Artosis is a huge army. It's like, he's got no workers, he's got no income, but his army is huge every single time. And he's going to take out this base, and this is... I don't know, Franscar's making the move up here. They're both taking out the bases in the opposing corners, and if they can both do that, I feel like, you know, the game will go on. But if Artosis holds here, what options does Franscar have?
Oh, these Ultras are so weak, they have no HP left, and he's gonna hunt them down. And yeah, Franscar is running out of options, and this is crazy because he was so ahead, Artosis was so behind, he was barely mining at all. He's still barely mining, and he's just... somehow has 1k mineral. Okay, not anymore, he just spent 500 minerals at once.
Well, I mean, I think that Artosis has been ahead actually in the army count for most of the game, but behind economically. I feel like that's the story of this game.
Yeah.
But Franscar's got a... I don't even know. What do you do from here?
It's very hard to say. I think you really need some smart defiler, like some really good maybe plagues and dark swarms, because you have to trade very cost efficiently, and in order to trade cost efficiently as Zerg, you need good spells and good. But he's not getting it at all. He's just getting irradiated, and I think this is it. I don't think he can hold this attack.
Yeah, I mean, this is the final push. Franscar has to do something now. If we're most perfect control that's ever happened. No! GG, Artosis finishes it out. Well done.
Yes.
Fighting it to the very end. Nice long 30-minute game.
Incredible game from Artosis there. He's managed to get ahead from being behind, so that was really good.
Yeah, you know, the great Artosis quote that everyone says, when behind, get more ahead.